All right, so you take the water, which is about, it should be 390 grams of water, and heat it up to, it should be about 95 degrees. It says between 94 and, there we go, just a little bit warmer, that's fine. It says between 90 and 95, but I find it works out better if it's 95 degrees. Pour it in here. Now, you can either use your hand or it. I like to use a glove you get at Costco, because otherwise it's really sticky. And you just mix it in until everything is mixed together. So it's getting closer, and I just keep on just squeezing it and then taking some of the flour, pushing it back in. This is why I wear gloves, because it's really sticky. And then once everything, there, that's got all of the dry stuff, all the dry flour is mixed in with the water now. And so I'll just take a little bit of the extra dough, put it back in, never get all of it. And then you cover it up for 20 minutes. So I use Pressing Seal. You can use any type of plastic thing. And then what I do is take a towel, cover up, and you need to rest it in a place that's about 70 degrees. What I do is I put it in a drawer that is right over a heater, and it's nice and toasty. So you let it rest for 20 minutes. All right, next up, take 11 grams of salt, put over the top, right on the top, and then an eighth of a teaspoon. So put that over the top. That's the yeast. Now this is the good part. You take and you fold it over itself. So you go gently on one side, fold it over. So the yeast and the salt is fully enclosed. You do that 4 times. So that's 1, 2, 3. You'll find it starting to thicken up a little bit. 4. And then you do the pincher method, where you pinch it together, then fold it again. You can do that a couple times. So pinch, 1, 2, 3, 4. Fold it over. It's starting to feel thick. One more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you let it rest for 30 seconds. I forgot I put a towel over it, because you want to keep the dough as warm as possible. So after 30 seconds, you just keep folding it over until you can feel it really getting kind of heavy. All right, and then you let it rest for, and you're gonna do this folding over 3 more times. So I let it rest for 10 minutes, and then I think 30 minutes, and then 10 minutes, and then you're ready for it to be overnight. So I'll talk about that in just a minute. All right, this is my 3rd fold. You have to do it, as the instructions, 3 times within the first 1.5 hours, and you do this so that the dough will retain its gas and make lots of bubbles. So that's all you do. Now you cover it back up. and let it sit for 12 to 14 hours overnight. And that's the first day. Okay, it's been about 12, 13 hours. Yeah, it should look like that. A lot of gas in the air. So next thing you do, use flour. Pretty, trying to apply the flour to the sheet. And then they say to put flour on here on the bowl, but this one doesn't have to because it's pretty liquidy. But you have to be gentle when you take the flour out. It says to be gentle. There we go. Now, you just make it into a ball. So I just kind of wrap it around like this. Put a little more flour on the bottom because it's pretty wet right now. When I push it out, because there's so much air in here, if you don't take out some of the bubbles, the bread's really holy. But that's up to you if you want to have a lot of air in the bread. And if you hear some of the air bubbles are popping, like that one, pop. And once you've got that into a pretty good ball, it's pretty good. Then what I do is I just take it, get my hands a little bit more flour in my hands. And I roll it into a ball like this. So I'm just going like that. And it should look about like that. Next thing you do is you take your proofing basket. You want to make sure that there's enough flour in it. And I use white rice flour. For some reason it works better. Put it in like that. Make sure it's on the sides. Come back to here, give it one more push, and you put the seam side down. The next thing you do, take a plastic bag. You can use a garbage bag. I just use a baking bag. And blow air into it. The reason I blow air into it is so when the dough rises, it doesn't cook on that. And then I let it rest in my proofing drawer for about 1.25 hours or so. And I proof it. Put my finger in flour so it doesn't stick. You can put your finger in it, about half an inch. And it's coming out a little bit, which is good. Whoops. That's what happens when you don't have flour in your finger. Yep, that's done. So now, comes the hard part. I've left the stove on for 45 minutes with this on, with the lid on. You need to preheat the Dutch oven. And this is the hardest part. You can either put this on parchment paper or you can invert it. So I'm going to do this with my glove again that I keep on using, the same one. And this is, you try to get it right in the middle. This is the hard part. It's not going to be perfect. That's pretty close. Okay, and then put the lid back on. Put it back in the oven for 30 minutes. center rack. I'll see you in 30 minutes. All right, the timer went off. It's 30 minutes. So now take the lid off, put it in the safe spot, and now you're gonna let it cook for another anywhere from 12-13 minutes to 30 minutes depending on your oven. Let it cook with the lid off. Alright, so check, see if it's all brown, and that's about right. That was only about 13 minutes or so. Now, give the phone to the wife. Gently take it out. You can also tap it. It should sound hollow. And you have to wait for 20 minutes, which my wife does not like, and then it's ready to slice. All right, let's see how it turned out. Ooh, feels good. Oh, there's a lot of bubbles in there. That's what it looks like. And this is what you do.